Hey guys, welcome. This is another lesson with Mr. Sanchez. We're doing geometry. Today's lesson is 4-2 angles and angle bisectors. What? Yeah, so we're gonna go over what some of that stuff means. The learning targets today is to apply the angle addition postulate to find angle measures, and also to use the definition of angle bisector to find angle measures. There should be a little black dot right here, but my Bitmoji is blocking it, so that's in case you're wondering. All right. So what is the angle addition postulate? All right, it's pretty straightforward. The angle addition postulate states that given that point D is the interior of an angle ABC, so this is angle ABC, and we're saying D is in the interior, so inside the little mouth. We're gonna say that the measurement of angle ABD plus a measurement of DBC is gonna be the measurement of the whole thing. So ABC. And that's what this is saying, which is the same thing as this, just color coded, just to give you guys a better idea. Okay, so you're just adding them up. So we're just saying this plus this equals this, right? I'll give you guys a second to write that down, but you guys could just pause the video. So I'm just gonna slide across. If you need more time to write this stuff down, make sure you pause the video. All right, so it says here, use the angle addition postulate and the given information to complete each statement. All right, so these type of problems, we're just gonna jump straight into it. These type of problems, you have to basically just draw a picture before you can even begin, right? It says P, and then just start with our first statement. P is in the interior of angle XYZ. So let's draw XYZ, right? So this X, this is Y, and this is Z. Right? And we're saying P is somewhere in here, right? Next thing it says is measurement of XYP is 25 degrees. So that's saying XYP, this is 25 degrees. The next thing it says is measurement of PYZ is 50. So, all right, let's go over PYZ. PYZ, right? We're saying this part, this is 50 degrees, right? Oops, forgot the zero. What is XYZ? Well, if you remember the angle addition postulate to get XYZ, you know that the measurement of XYZ is going to equal to the measurement of XYP plus the measurement of PYZ, right? So XYP, that was this part, the 25, right? 25 degrees plus MYP, which is 50 degrees, right? And we're trying to find out this angle right here, XYZ. That's going to equal, so to get that, we're going to have to add these. 25 plus 50 is 75 degrees. So we're saying the measurement of angle XYZ is going to equal to 75 degrees, right? And yeah, it makes sense because when you add these up, 50 plus 25, it's going to be 75. So yeah, let's make sure we're kind of getting that. Let's just go on to our next example, yeah? Our next example says, use the angle addition postulate and the given information to complete the statement. So the same thing as before. And we've got to draw a picture before we even begin. Let's just read everything it says. It says if H is in the interior of angle EFG and M is in the measurement of H is equal to 75 and the measurement of angle HFG is 10x and measurement of EFG equals 20x minus 5, then x equals this and H of G. So there's a lot to take in. Let's start with this part, right? So let's start with this part. H is in the interior EFG. All right, so let's start by drawing our angle. And once again, we don't have to be too accurate. We just gotta You just gotta do a decent, image. So E, F, G, right? We're saying H is somewhere in here. So let's say H is here. Right, so this is gonna go here. Ooh. Now the next statement, let's see what the next statement says. It says measurement of EFH is 75. So EFH, we're looking for EFH. EFH is here. And we're saying this part is 75 degrees, right? Let's look at the next part. It says the measurement of HFG. So HFG, we're gonna do that blue. HFG, that's gonna be equal to 10x degrees. And then we have one more statement here actually. And I guess we'll use green. It says the measurement of EFG is 20x minus 5. So we're saying that this whole thing is 20x minus 5 degrees. All right. So this is going to be a little bit different, but kind of the same all at once. So we're basically saying that, remember that the angle addition postulate says the measurement of angle EFG is going to be equal to the measurement of angle EFH plus the measurement of angle HFG, right? And we kind of have a little bit for everything, so we're just gonna plug everything in. Okay, so let's start with our EFG. We know this is 20x minus 5, and we don't actually need the parentheses, so let's take those away. Okay, so let me just measurement of EFG. That's gonna be 20x minus 5, and it is equals, right? So that's gonna be equals, and let's put that in black. Equals, and then EFH, which is 75, and let's go back to black, plus, and then HFG, which we said is 10x, right? So now all we gotta do is solve for x, okay? So we're gonna do that by just following the regular rules. That's why we practice a lot of solving for x. So we're gonna do minus 10x to both sides, right? This is gonna go away. So we're gonna get 10x minus 5 is equal to 75 here. And let's zoom in over here so you have a better idea of what we're doing. All right. So now, and then remember, we're not dealing with this part. So to get x by itself, you're gonna do plus 5 first to both sides. This is gonna go away, and we're gonna get 10x is equal to 80. And then our last step, we're just gonna divide everything by 10, and we're gonna get x is equal to 8. But I don't think we're done. Let's look at what our question was. So right here it says, then x is equal to what? Well, we just figured that out. X is equal to 8, and the measurement of HFG. So we want to know what HFG is. So what's HFG? Right here, remember HFG is 10x. So if this is equal to 10x, right, and 10 is equal to 8, we can conclude that HFG is equal to 80. And remember, it's 80 degrees. And it's also 8 degrees. And we're done with this problem, right? Pretty straightforward. Remember, step 1, draw a picture. Step 2, create equations. And step 3 is solve for x, or solve for variable. That's usually the way we're going to be doing this thing. All right. All right, so the next problem. Let's go on ahead to the next problem. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover is an angle bisector. An angle bisector is a ray that divides an angle into two congruent adjacent angles. So in this example, BD bisects ABC, right? So that means that angle ABD is going to be congruent to angle BC, DBC. So they're going to have the same length. And normally we show congruent angles by doing these little lines right here, which the book already gave us, but I'm just doing it again just in case, just to show you that that's what we're talking about. To show congruent in angles, you do this. When you're doing line segments, right? And to show the same, you draw a tick mark like that. But for angles, you do a little line in between like that. Let me just erase some of this stuff. All right, so you know, so ABD, so it says they're congruent, right? This is the bisector, so this is congruent to this, and you know they're congruent because they have the same measure, right? So right here is 30 degrees, and right here is 30 degrees. Take a moment to write that down. You know, you can always pause the video. All right, let's see how we're doing. Let's see how we're doing. All right, so it says given the segment AH bisects angle MAT, determine the missing measure. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. We just gotta draw a picture, right? So first we gotta draw angle MAT, and for me, I usually draw 90-degree angles. Why? Because it makes my life easier to show that something is bisected, right? We don't know what MAT actually are, but for me, bisecting is always easiest. You know, AH, so H is gonna be right here. I like drawing a 90-degree angle, but it doesn't matter. We don't know what the angles are, so it doesn't. We can actually draw whatever it is, and then we'll adjust accordingly. All right. It's saying right here it says, and we know this, so segment AH bisects angles MAT. That's what we just did, right? Now it says MAT is equal to 70, right? So now it's asking us, what is MAH? It's asking us this part, right? So it's asking us, what is MAH? That's what I'm telling you. MAH. Well, we know it cuts it in half, right? If we know this is congruent to this, right? Since they're congruent, you know, MAH is equal to MAT. That means MAH plus MAH is equal to 70, right? And we let this equal to X, right? We have X plus X is equal to 70, which is 2X equal to 70 divided by 2. We're going to get X is equal to 35 degrees. So MAH is going to be equal to 35 degrees. We're really just cutting this whole angle in half. So if this is 75, dividing that by 2, that's going to be, no, if this is 70, dividing that by 2, there's going to be 35. This is going to be 35. That's what we're doing. All right, and it's going to make more sense in the next problem the more we practice it. Okay? So now we have a new angle, right? And then this time I'm going to try and make a random angle for you guys. Okay, so we're going to have this angle here and this angle here. And so cutting it in the middle would be somewhere here. There's going to be A, F, M. And I guess this is going to be FL, right? FL bisects AFM. All right, now let's see what the question is saying. Measurement of LFM is equal to 11x plus 4. All right, so LFM is going to be equal to 11x plus 4. The next thing it says is, let's see. It says AFL is going to be 2x minus 2. Right here, it's saying right here, 12x minus 2. Now it's telling us to find x. Let's just focus on x first, okay? So remember, because because we know that this bisects the angle, we know that these two angles are congruent. So to solve this problem, that means we can say measurement of AFL is going to be equal to measurement of LFM. Right? So that means we're going to have 12x minus 2 equal to 11x plus 4. All right, and then our goal right now is to solve for x. So we're going to get rid of the smaller x because that's the way I like to do it. All right, this is going to go away. We're going to have x minus 2 here equal to 4. And then to get rid of this minus 2, you're going to do plus 2 plus 2. You're going to get x is equal to 6. All right, guys. So we have x is equal to 6. Now it's telling us to find a measurement of LFM. So measurement of angle LFM is actually going to be equal to 11x plus 4. But remember, we're going to replace the x with a 6. And then we're going to do plus 4. So that's going to be 66 plus 4, which is equal to 70 degrees. So this is 70 degrees. And that's part AFM. So remember, it's 7, and LFM is equal to AFL. So it's going to be 2 times 70, right? So AFM is going to equal to 140 degrees. All right. And we know this because LFM right here, right? So LFM is equal to AFL. So if LFM, measurement of angle LFM, is equal to measurement of angle AFL, that means we have 70 equals 70, right? And if AFM is equal to measurement of angle AFM is equal to measurement of angle LFM plus measurement of angle AFL, that's going to equal 70 plus 70, which is going to equal to 140 degrees. That's how you show your work. Okay? And that's it, guys. That's basically how we do the problems. If you need any help, remember, show up to the Zoom meetings. If not, then, try and do your best. Other than that, we're all set to go, guys. Have a nice day.